Who do you wanna be? You're the only one that really knows. Maybe you'll be surprised after your search is through, when you find you've just been chasing you. Believe me, I understand the vision of your mind, but I'm so afraid that the girl you find may not need a man like me. I don't wanna lose you. I love you as you are. I don't wanna lose you. I couldn't love you more. Tell me, love will remain, though we may change. I really think that you have little faith in me. You're the only one I'll ever need. If you really understood how much you mean to me, all your doubts would fade and disappear. Maybe you'll never find the secrets of your mind, but you got to try, that I realize, and I'll help you all I can. I don't wanna lose you. I love you as you are. I don't wanna lose you. I couldn't love you more. Tell me, love will remain, though we may change. I don't wanna lose you. I love you as you are. I don't wanna lose you. I couldn't love you more. I don't wanna lose you. I love you as you are. I don't wanna lose you. I couldn't love you more. I don't wanna lose you. I love you as you are. I don't wanna lose you. I
You look at me and I can see the feeling's gone. What happened to the dream we planned our future on? You turn away and try to say what we both know, but baby, I can't let you go away. 'Cause I don't wanna lose your love. I don't wanna be the one who's broken hearted. Don't take the only love I've ever known. I don't wanna lose your love. How could you go and stop what we started? Oh, baby, I don't wanna be alone. I try to hide the hurt inside, so plain to see. I never could keep secrets from you anyway. So hard to face, I can't erase the thought of you. Oh baby, won't you change your mind? Change your mind and stay. 'Cause I don't wanna lose your love. I don't wanna be the one who's broken hearted. Don't take the only love I've ever known. guess you'll be glad to know that I've learned how to laugh and smile. Getting over you was slow. They say old lovers can be good friends, but I never thought I'd really see. I'd really see you again. I go crazy when I look in your eyes. I still go crazy. No, my heart just can't hide that old feeling inside, way deep down inside. Oh, baby, you know when I look in your eyes, I go crazy. You say he satisfies your mind, told you all of his dreams. I know how much that means to you. I realize that I was blind just when I thought I was over you. I see your face and it just ain't true. No, it just ain't true. I go crazy when I look in your eyes. I still go crazy. That old flame comes alive. It starts burning inside, way deep down inside. Oh, baby, you know when I look in your eyes, I go crazy.
Good afternoon to everyone and welcome, dear teachers, supervisors, and school heads of the Division of Quezon City for this afternoon and for the next 3 days of our program. We hope that we will have a productive and fun engagement with all of you. To formally open our program for this afternoon, we will have the Philippine National Anthem and a short prayer. So please stand by po.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, telas ang silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dikit mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinagang tula, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal, ang islang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iingin, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magtitingin. Luman ang araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang hindi kaya ng pagkay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
How lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord, mighty God, Lord of all. How lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord, mighty God, Lord of all. Even the lowly sparrow finds a home for her brood, and the swallow a nest for herself where she may lay her young. In your altars, my King and my God. How lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord, mighty God, Lord of all. Blessed Lord of peace. Blessed are they, refreshed by springs and by rain, when dryness daunts and scathes. Behold my shield, my King, and my God. Is your dwelling place, O Lord, mighty God, Lord of all. I would forsake 1,000 other days anywhere, if I can spend one day in your courts, belong to you alone. My strength are you alone, my glory, my King, and my God. Is your dwelling place, O Lord, mighty God, Lord of all. How lovely your dwelling place, O Lord, mighty God, Lord of all.
Again, good afternoon to everyone, our dear teachers and teacher administrators, supervisors, and school heads of the Division of Quezon City. To formally open our program, we are fortunate to have with us this afternoon our school's Division Superintendent of Quezon City, Dr. Jeneline Rose B. Corpus, who will give us our inspirational message, a short welcome message for our dear teachers. Dr. Corpus.
Good afternoon, everyone. Miss, can I share
Share
a...
screen po. Yes po, we will assign po co-hosting for you. Hold on lang po.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, of course, to our dear teachers, to the school heads, the supervisors, and of course, to the facilitators of this I-Lead. So, I will just share a few slides, and hopefully will motivate or inspire others to for this 3-day seminar for everyone.
You can share screen na po.
Okay.
Yes po.
Ayan. Yan. Okay na ba siya?
Visible na po.
Yan. Wait lang. So, this webinar workshop on educational management and leadership is not actually a new one for most of us, wherein we talk about the role of teachers and school heads in developing educational learning, but we believe that we have to continuously improve. What we've been doing cannot always be maybe the most effective one as we move on towards our functions in our respective tasks and duties. So according to Dr. Stephen R. Covey, that renewal is the principle and the process that empowers us to move on an upward spiral of growth and chains of continuous improvement. This is the very reason why we are all here today, to continuously improve. And this is actually, we can improve actually through, as what Stephen Covey said, that we have to sharpen our saw. our body, our mind, our heart, and our soul. In sharpening our soul, we move from the effectiveness to greatness. That it says here that we as educators are also leaders, and and according to Stephen Covey, that when we say that leadership is a choice, it basically means that you can choose the level of initiative you want to exercise in response to the question, what is the best I can do under the given circumstances? And in today's ever-changing world, being effective is no longer a choice. It's a requirement. So without knowing the right things to do, people can't keep up with the rapid changes, much less deliver results. That's why we opted to have this kind of seminar workshop for us to also keep abreast of what these rapid changes are happening now. However, to address the root of our challenges today, we must go beyond effectiveness to unlock the greatness in each of us. So we don't just end up with being effective, but we have to unlock the greatness. So also again, Stephen Covey shares how we can set up ourselves and others for success in working world by cultivating. This is actually the 8th habit of Stephen Covey, finding your voice and inspiring others to find theirs. This is in order to thrive at work in the information age, where interdependence is more important than independence. So let us find your voice by using your birth gifts like your talents, intelligences, and infinite potential, and finding and expressing your voice through your vision, which are your possibilities, your passion, which is the inner fire, and of course, discipline, tackle hard truths, and more important is your conscience, your moral compass. These are actually the 4 leadership attributes that we have to have, and I know that this will be deepened and cultivated as we go through this 3-day seminar with our stakeholder, our speaker, the I lead. So leadership is not just about roles and positions. We also see this in the Facebook, that it's about helping others to see and achieve their worth and potential. So when you have found your voice, you can inspire others to find theirs. As school heads, find your voice and inspire your teachers, inspire the school heads and other stakeholders. Likewise with that of the supervisors and the teachers. And this involves leading by principles, affirming others, uniting them through a common vision, and empowering them with resources and accountability. So do we want to set ourselves up for a successful organization, for a successful school in a post-industrial age world? Then together, let us cultivate the 8th habit, which is finding your voice and inspiring others to find theirs, from effectiveness to greatness. So again, for this 3-day seminar, I challenge you to keep engaged. Once again, good afternoon, everyone, and all the best.
Thank you po, SDS Dr. Corpus, for the very inspiring message. Ang challenge po sa atin ni SDS is not just to be effective, but to unlock our greatness. So naniniwala po sa atin si Dr. Corpus na merong greatness in each and every
In
one of
us.
us. Yes po. Thank you very much po.
Okay, thank you. Good luck. And thank you very much also for being with us.
Thank you
I have
po,
to
Dr.
leave.
Corpus.
I have to leave kasi I have another engagement. Sports naman, pag-sports naman tayo ngayon.
Yes po. Thank you very much po for your
Okay, thank
message.
you. Okay.
We will now proceed po to a very brief orientation lang po so that everyone will have an overview of what we will do for the next 3 days. First off po, I would like to welcome, of course, our dear teachers and administrators of SDO Quezon City. And of course, to extend our appreciation and gratitude to the officials of SDO Quezon City, led of course by our schools division superintendent, Dr. Jeneline Rose B. Corpus, who just delivered her welcome message. Our assistant schools division superintendents, Mr. Freddy V. Avedano, Mr. Noel D. Bagano, Dr. Brian E. Ilan, Engineer Mark Voltaire Padilla, and our Assistant Department Head 3, Dr. Susan R. Beichong, our Chief of Curriculum Implementation Division, Dr. Heidi F. Ferrer, our Chief of School Governance and Operations Division, Dr. Maria Teresa A. Namoro, our SGOD Human Resource Development Team, of course, who closely coordinated with us to make this 3-day program possible, our Senior Education Program Specialist, Ma'am Angeline B. Malabanan, and of course, our Education Program Specialist too, Ma'am Nerissa M. Beltran. Maraming salamat po for making this activity possible. We now proceed to our orientation proper. A few reminders lang po before we start with our session this afternoon. iLead webinar workshops are NAEP recognized. Therefore, participating in our program has the following requirements. Unang-una po is attendance in all of our synchronous sessions. Saan po makikita yung attendance link? Nandun po yun sa ating FB group page. Yun din po yung ating magiging repository ng video of all of our sessions, as well as all of the materials that we will be using for the next 3 days. Another requirement po is the accomplishment of our asynchronous activities and workshop outputs. This has already been uploaded in our FB group page, yung ating pong assessment tool. So nandun po yung ating mga tasks per session. Synchronous sessions are held via Zoom. So ito po yung ating main platform. Pero kung nahihirapan po kayo sa access, you can switch to the YouTube link, which has also been posted in the FB group page. Or if you miss some parts due to poor internet access o medyo naglalag po, pwede nyo pong balikan yung videos sa ating FB group page. So that's the purpose po of the FB group page. So if you're already here in the Zoom, so you have sent us your correct email. So we usually open the Zoom platform 30 minutes before the program begins. So it's best po na naka-in na kayo before mag-start yung program. In case of technical problems, get in touch with us, but it helps to have someone with you who can help you with issues, especially when the sessions are ongoing. The synchronous sessions allow real-time interaction between our resource speaker and you, dear teachers. So you can ask questions during the sessions using the chat box, or you can raise your hand po and we will call you during the open forum sessions. In case you missed the synchronous sessions, you can return to the recording of this video that can be accessed via a YouTube link posted on our FB group page. We request po that you log in only using one device para po to make sure that everyone can access our Zoom platform and not to share Zoom links or details to non-registered participants. In case po na magkaroon ng power interruption or loss of internet access on your end, don't worry po kasi kaya po nang nabanggit ko kanina, the synchronous sessions may be accessed anytime via the YouTube links posted on our FB group page. In case naman po of power interruption or loss of internet access, on the end of our speaker or on our end po as the facilitators, a recorded video will be uploaded as soon as possible also on YouTube and made available to all participants to complete the session. So ito po ay backup plan lang naman. No? Although pinaghahandaan po natin ito, hindi po natin maiiwasan baka po magka-problema. So ito po yung ating gagawin. So magre-record po ng video yung speaker at i-upload po natin sa ating page. Basic Zoom netiquette po, mga dapat po nating tandaan. Unang-una po, we request all of our dear teachers participating in this 3-day program to use their registered name as their Zoom profile. So to do this po, click on participants, click on your profile, and click rename so that you can be properly addressed by our speakers po habang nagse-sessions po tayo. Make sure that your mic is on mute during the synchronous sessions. Turning the video on is optional, lalo na po kung gumagamit tayo ng data, medyo babagal po pag may video. So, it's optional po. Pero after po ng ating session this afternoon, I will ask you to turn your videos on very briefly para po makapag-document tayo ng participation nyo this afternoon. The chat box is used for comments and questions regarding the lecture, which will be read by me as your facilitator during the open forum. So kung meron po kayong individual concerns, direct message nyo lang po yung technical team natin. Attire is casual in case you want to turn on your video and for a group picture at the end of the synchronous sessions. Meron din po tayong asynchronous sessions, and these refer to offline workshop activities that may be accomplished by pair, by group, or individually. And these sessions are part of the approved program of this activity. Each session has an accompanying task or workshop output to demonstrate the learning outcomes. Gaya po ng nabanggit ko kanina, these activities and workshop tasks have been posted already on our FB group page. Ang file name niya po ay assessment tool. So kindly download it po using a laptop or desktop or tablet po na merong Word program. So i-download niyo lang po yun, i-save niyo so that you can accomplish the outputs later on. Ideally, each task should be accomplished before the beginning of the next session. Here's an overview of our program. Day 1 po tayo ngayon. So we will begin our synchronous session shortly. So session 1 held via Zoom. This will be activities for session 1 will be immediately disseminated after the synchronous session. So in fact, yun pong activity natin for session 1, yung task po, nandun na po siya sa assessment tool. Day 2, tomorrow po, Saturday, whole day po tayo. So medyo mabigat po yung araw natin tomorrow because your division has requested that only until Saturday po yung session natin. So tomorrow po, we start at 8 with some reminders and instructions to entertain questions about session 1. Pero yung session 2 po, magsisimula agad-agad after that, no? So even before 8:30 po, makapagsimula na po tayo. Session 3 will immediately follow after a short break. So in the morning po, tomorrow, we will have session 2 and session 3. Sa hapon naman po, our session will begin at 1:30 and this is a workshop session. So yung activity po ng session 4, yung pinaka-final output po natin, gagawin na po natin during the session tomorrow afternoon. Day 2 is a whole day event, so make sure po to join the Zoom lectures or watch them via YouTube. Post comments or questions to join the open forum and make sure to accomplish all required workshop outputs. Day 3 po sa Sunday, as requested by your division, asynchronous po tayo, wala pong session. Kung di, gagamitin po natin yung araw na yun para tapusin po natin lahat ng workshop outputs. So yun pong ating assessment tool, isasubmit po natin on Day 3. On the last day, you will be asked to collate your workshop activities and tasks from sessions 1, 2, 3, and 4, and to create one PDF file of all your workshop outputs using your name as your file name. So para i-submit po ito, gagawa kami ng submission bin, which we will open on Sunday, at doon nyo lang po isasubmit yung ating output. So hindi po pwedeng i-email or i-messenger or i-post sa ating FB group. Ito lang po yung submission bin na gagamitin para po your outputs will be properly recorded and also your SDO will have access to your outputs. Also, on the last day, we'll put up an evaluation tool which we will also post on the FB group page. This will be a Google form that can be accessed only once. So read the instructions carefully po before answering. So ipopost po namin yon sa Sunday. And accomplishment of this is required, of course, before we can send your certificates for this webinar. Regarding certificates po, may nagtatanong na po agad, may certificate po ba? Meron po. Dalawa po yung certificates natin. Isa pong certificate of completion with the NAEA program recognition number and certificate of recognition for your outstanding workshop output. Kaya po mahalaga na you have to complete the assessment tool so that you can also have the second certificates. Hard copies po yung certificates natin and this will be sent to your SDO. So sila na po ang in charge to distribute yung mga certificates. So sa kanila po namin ipapadala lahat ito at sa kanila nyo po siya kukunin. Wala pong i-issue e-certificates for this program. Okay, that ends our orientation. Our speaker for this afternoon is already on deck. So magsisimula na po tayo agad-agad sa ating first session. Hold on lang po while we put up our introduction for our session this afternoon. Our first session is the first module on management and leadership, focusing on managing people, data, and processes to foster school improvement. In this session, the objective is to use your emergent networks in the optimal utilization of the various resources in your respective schools and introduce you to new and innovative ways of resource utilization and optimization for more successful results. Our expected learning outcome for this afternoon is to formulate strategies to employ the network complementarities to foster school improvement. Our assessment, ito rin po yung gagawin natin na task after this session. So this is differentiated according to your categories as teachers and school administrators. Una po, for the highly proficient teachers, this will be master teachers up. You're asked to identify resource availability and their possible sources. For school heads naman po, career stage 1, articulation of designs integrating innovative network complementarities of school roles in resource generation and management. For school heads, career stage 2, articulation of best practices on policy on resource generation and management, which can be adapted or adopted in various school settings. So ito po, para mas maliwanagan po tayong paano natin gagawin yan, yan po yung malalaman natin for session 1. And to help us achieve the learning outcomes and of course, answer our assessment for this afternoon, we're very lucky to have with us Dr. Mia Torres de la Cruz, who holds a PhD in educational management. She specializes in research, information and communication technology, education technology, mathematics, statistics and physics, and green ICT sustainability. She's currently a researcher, educator, and consultant at Infinite Dynamic Minds International Research and Consultations at Negeri Sembilan in Malaysia, and at Sairam Institute of Management at Sairam Engineering College in Nagar in India. Dear teachers, ladies and gentlemen, our school heads and supervisors, let's welcome our speaker for this afternoon, Dr. Mia Torres de la Cruz. Doc Mia, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon po. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Am I coming in clear?
Very clear po,
Okay.
Doc Mia.
I hope you bear with me. I have to wear my mask kasi meron po akong rush sa face. So, okay. So, I would like to welcome everyone to our first session of our 3-day seminar. Let me share with you my hold on. Let me share with you my presentation. Ayan po. Nag-open na ba?
Visible po, Doc Mia. Only
Okay na po
hindi
siya.
pa siya naka-slideshow,
Ayan.
ma'am. Yan,
Okay
okay
na
na
siya,
po.
ma'am. All right. So our topic is managing data, people, and processes. So we also will be discussing the resources and network complementarities that would help us improve our schools. Okay, so these are our topics. First we will do self-audit. I-audit ho natin ang sarili natin on academic leadership capability, so that we will understand how we should be managing people, data and processes, and all the other resources, the networks and complementarities. So let's start with our academic leadership capability, self-audit. So first, let's understand what's academic leadership capability. So everyone has experienced the pandemic. So we have been faced with a lot of challenges that we experienced during the pandemic. But first, we were challenged with managing our workforce, hindi ho ba? Because there were a lot of new things for our faculty members to do. And then now we have the transition from the pandemic to the new normal. So how do we manage that? Another challenge would be the strategies that we are going to use. No, so we were confronted with how are we going to articulate? How are we going to execute our working strategy, especially from transitioning from the methods, or from the yung sa pandemic modalities towards going back to face-to-face mode. So how are we going to work with, what strategies are we going to use, and how are we going to create new policies for the new normal? We were also confronted with programs. Ano bang programs ang gagamitin natin? We have a lot of sectors that we need to develop new programs for. Like, for example, faculty development. What are we going to teach them? What are we going to train them for? How are we going to collaborate with other stakeholders, with the parents, with other sectors in the educational environment? How are we going to do training appraisals and all those things? Another thing, of course, would be another challenge that have confronted us are yung pag-manage natin ng mga stakeholders natin. How are we going to manage the fears and the anxiety of our parents, of our students, our teachers? These are things that we have been confronted with. And of course, since we are in the new normal, we were shown new tools because of the technology, new technologies that were shown us, that we have. How are we going to use them, and how are we going to ask our teachers to use these new tools? And from all of this, the biggest challenge there is yung productivity. How sure are we na productive yung mga teachers natin? How sure are we that all the strategies that we use, all the programs that we have developed, this would lead to productivity on the part of our teachers, and of course on our part also. So we must realize that we should be capable. We should be capable in facing all these challenges. That's why we have this academic leadership capability. So what, according to Nelson Mandela, a leader is like a shepherd. Sabi niya, no? He says that the leader would stay behind the flock, letting the most nimble go out ahead, whereupon the others follow, not realizing that all along they are being directed from behind. So, on our part as school heads, we you know we are like shepherds. We do lead behind, sabi nga nila. We inspire. According to Dr. Corpus, sabi niya, we have to find our voice. No? We have to find our voice so that we can inspire others to find their voices also. And according to Nelson Mandela, lagi tayong nasa likod, pushing. Hindi lang sa harap, no? We also stay behind so that we can push them to do their best. Yan, no? So, let's define first what is leadership capability. Capable po ba tayo? Yan. Ano ba ang leadership capability? So, leadership capability is a way of thinking, feeling, and subsequently behaving and acting as a leader. So, yung capabilities mo should be according to how a leader should think, feel, and behave and act, of course. No? So it is the ability to have the developed sense of who one is and what one wants to achieve. And then also the ability to set the vision and the example. Again, na-mention ho ulit ito ni Dr. Corpus. Sabi niya, let us be examples. Diba? And ito rin ulit, na-mention na naman ni Dr. Corpus ito kanina. Sabi niya, we should be able to inspire. So leadership capability is also the ability to inspire, engage, direct, and teach others. Yan, no? So ito yung tinatawag nating leadership capability. Ayan. Ngayon, meron ho tayong leadership capability framework. O tayo po, leaders na po tayo, no? Alam ho ba natin kung ano yung mga capabilities that we should have so that we will be able to manage and to lead our subordinates effectively? Sabi nga ni Dr. Corpus, sabi niya beyond effective, di ba? So paano po ba? Meron tayo dito yung tinatawag nating leadership capability framework for academics. Kailangan alam po natin ito, no? In the international scenario, ang leadership capability framework, ito po yung guideline nila so that they can be effective leaders. They know that they are effective leaders. So ang framework na to, it would describe a set of core capabilities so that we as leaders are guided in the different areas of academic influence. No? So guideline siya, no? It's a guideline so that we will know whether we are in the right path of becoming a good leader. Academic leadership capability framework, it would describe good leadership. What does good leadership looks like in the academic organization? So it will also articulate what capabilities the organization needs in order to deliver on its key priorities. So kailangan alam natin ano ba ang key priorities natin. Po, no? It helps to build and maintain the culture needed within the institution. So we have already developed, we have already built our culture. Pero tamang culture po ba yung na-build natin para sa institution natin? So what type? Okay, we should be able to develop the type of culture that would support our institution to achieve our strategic objectives. Academic leadership capability framework is a valuable tool for identifying and promoting talent. Yan po, no? So, ito na yung sa workforce natin, yung sa mga tao natin. And for guiding what kinds of leadership development programs are needed. Kasi po, hindi lang yung tayo as leaders, we develop our subordinates professionally. We also need to develop their leadership skills para yung bang pagka wala na tayo, sige, sabihin na natin na promote ka o lumipat ka, sino ang susunod sa iyo? So you should be able to mold someone or mold your subordinate so that they can take over with the same effective skills that you have been doing for the institution as the leader. Pa, no? So ito yung 9 leadership capabilities. This is the leadership, academic leadership capability framework that is being used in Southeast Asia, including India, sa US din, pero I think there's little change, and New Zealand and Australia. So these are the leadership capabilities that they are pushing for us to emulate or to follow or to acquire. Yan. So we have, first is inspiring and influencing. Yan po, for our people. We manage the resources. We embody values. We build talent, again, for our people. Strategic thinking and planning. Contributing to the development of education beyond their own organization. Setting directions, learning continuously, and cultural awareness and preservation. So itong 9 po na ito, no, itong 9 na ito, these are the capabilities of a leader according to those who developed it, na that would help leaders, academic leaders, to become more effective in managing and leading teachers and the institution where they belong. Okay. So before we continue, kasi nga po, di ba, it's self-audit. So let's have a self-assessment. So ito po yung 9. These are the 9 leadership capabilities. So ang gagawin ho natin, may I request po for you to bring out a pen and paper. And I'll give you 5 counts to prepare yung papel at saka lapis or ball pen para po sa ating self-assessment. Ayan. So we have here the 9 leadership capabilities. So irarank ho ninyo ito, no? So alin po ba dito sa 9 ang pinaka-strongest mo? Which one? Which is the capability that you are strongest, that's strong for you. No? So 1 is the strongest, and of course 9 is the weakest. So sa tingin mo ba as a leader, no? Are you inspiring and influencing? Alin dyan ang pinaka-strong sa'yo? Managing resources ba? Embodying values, building talent, ganyan po. No? So, i-rank ho natin ito. Let's rank. Tapos, kindly message doon sa chat. I-message nyo po kung alin yung unang tatlo. The first three capabilities na strong ka. Yan. Sa tingin mo, alin dyan ang tatlong pinaka-strong sa'yo? So, i-rank po natin sila, no? From 1, which is the strongest, to 9, which is weakest sa'yo. Yan. Sige po. And then, please kindly type. Yan. Paki-type po doon sa chat box the 3 strongest capability for you. Sige na po, go! Go na! Ayan. So, ito, nauna po si Sir Reynaldo San Mateo. Sabi po niya, embodying values, setting directions, and strategic thinking and planning. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir Guy Kabadin, setting directions din po ang number 1 niya. Sandali. Bilis. Learning continuously and managing resources. Kay Ma'am Chofila, inspiring and influencing ang number 1 niya. Yes. And then, sino pa po? Kay Ma'am Cheryl Cruz, inspiring and influencing, tapos embodying values, tsaka building talent po. Ayan. Tapos, ayan, mukhang number 1 ho ang inspiring and influencing. Ayan, learning continuously and embodying values, yun po kay Ma'am Gina. Tapos, kay Sir Reynaldo, it's strategic thinking and planning, tapos setting directions, and inspiring and influencing. So, kita nyo po yung inspiring and influencing, medyo hindi siya nawawala sa 1, 2, and 3. Hindi ba? Marvin Alvarez, Sir Marvin, inspiring and influencing din po ang number 1 niya. Si Ma'am Edna Galiza, number 1 is building talent. Yes. And then number 2, inspiring and influencing. Then number 3, strategic thinking and planning. Yan po. Naku, thank you very much po. Hindi ko yata mababasa lahat. But I will show you po the recent study. Okay. This was done during the pandemic 2020 po. 2020-2021. Nakalagay po, okay. They identified kung alin po ang strongest, okay, the strongest leadership capabilities among leaders in Region 1. Dito po sa Region 1, no? Tsaka Region 8. So, ito po yung result natin. See. Yan. Ito po ang 3 strongest academic leadership capability dito sa Region 1 at saka sa Region 8. Okay, Region 1 and Region 8, ang number 1 na strongest po ay building talent. So I've seen a while ago, while you were typing your strongest capabilities, nandun palagi po ang building talent. Tapos, learning continuously and embodying values. Ano ko ba yung building talent? Yan. So, building talent is yung pagpili natin ng ating mga teachers, and we develop them. We identify kung ano yung talent nila, and then we build on dun sa talent na meron sila. Minsan po, we build on talents na hindi alam ng mga teachers natin, hindi alam ng mga subordinates natin na meron pala sila noon, no? So, marami ho sa ating mga leaders, there's a lot of our leaders would do this, no? They identify kung ano ba ang talent ng ating mga teachers, tapos we build on them, no? Improve nila yung sarili nila, and then they are able to bring out these talents that they have for the good of the teacher himself, and also for the institution where they are teaching. Number 2, learning continuously. Ito naman po self-development, di ba? We have to, according to the study, this is according to the study, no, learning continuously, ito yung pangalawang strongest capability ng mga leaders natin dito sa Region 1 at saka Region 8. Accordingly, our leaders see that they realize that they do not know everything. Totoo naman po 'yon, no? Kahit po leader ka, kahit po ikaw yung presidente, you do not know everything. So and also they realize, our leaders realize that they have to continue learning kasi marami pong update, no? Maraming update ang ating technology, and even yung changes that are happening, no? Continuous yan. So continuous din po ang learning natin. And number 3, ito po, embodying values. Ito ang number 3 ng mga leaders natin sa Region 1 and Region 8. Accordingly, ang mga teachers, no, they walk the talk, kumbaga, no? So yung mga values that they have set para doon sa organization nila, they have to embody that. They are good models. They are walking models of the values that they have set for the organization. No? So, I've seen a while ago, marami pong nag-number 1 din ng building talent at saka learning continuously, and of course, embodying values. So, yan po ang result natin. Ito naman po yung weakest. Okay. Sorry, hindi ko yata natanong, no? Ito yung weakest academic leadership capability according to the study. Number 1 po is, start natin dun sa number 3. Yung pong strategic thinking and planning. So we identified that our leaders in Region 1 and Region 8, they lack the skills for strategic thinking and planning. Number 2 rin po is management of resources. So a lot of our leaders are weak. Are weak in management of resources. Ang reason behind po nung management of resources po na weak sa kanila is because they do not have resources to manage. Sabi po nila, no? So, nga naman, ang hirap nga naman pong mag-manage ng resources kung wala ka, di ba? Kung walang resources. Ayun. And then, the number 1, the pinaka-weak po, weakest academic leadership capability among the leaders of Region 1 and Region 8 is contributing to the development of education beyond their own organization. Ito po yung tinatawag nating networking. Yung kulang po sa complementarities. Yan. Kulang sa networking, kulang sa linkage, kulang sa connections. Ayan po. So, ito yung tatlong weakest. How about you po? Meron ho ba dito sa tatlo yung pinaka-weak capability sa inyo? Yan. Okay. So yun po, no? Alright. We continue on. Ito po yung state of global academic leadership. At present po, sabi ng Observer Research Foundation, the pandemic crisis has underlined the need for effective leadership with full leadership capability of, number 1, internal and external networking influences. So kita nyo po, nagja-jive siya doon sa weakest capability ng mga leaders natin in the study, no? So ito yung kailangan. Ito po, nakikita ho natin na after the pandemic crisis, we really need, no, the capabilities of leaders of internal and external network influences. And then, ito rin po, no, kita natin, resource management capability. Resource management capability. Ibig sabihin po, no, global siya. Hindi lang po sa region 1 and region 2, hindi lang sa Pilipinas. This is global. We need leaders to have skills in resource management. And the last one, inspirational leadership. Medyo ito, it has diverted from the weakest capabilities of our study. Actually, sa nakita ko po dun sa posts ninyo, dun sa chat, number 1 po ang inspirational leadership natin. But according to the Observer Research Foundation, ito yung kailangan natin. Huh? So at least meron na tayong isa. Meron na tayong inspirational leadership capability sa Pilipinas. Yan, no? Ito po. Then, ang hindi lang ho kasi sa abroad yung yung leadership capability, academic leadership capability. I'm sure meron din tayong guidelines dito sa Pilipinas, pero iba lang po ang pangalan. Yan, no? So as you can see, we have the National Competency-Based Standards for School Heads. Familiar ho ba sa inyo yan? Familiar ho ba? Opo, familiar ho sa atin to, di ba? Because this is the guideline of DepEd. I think it's not just DepEd. I think pati CHED, di po ba? So here we have our national competency-based standards for school heads. So number 1, we have school leadership. Number 2, instructional leadership. Number 3, creating a student-centered learning climate. Number 4, HR management and professional development. Tapos, parent involvement and community partnership, school management and operations, personal and professional attributes and interpersonal effectiveness. Sila po, itong 7, no? Itong 7 na to, actually, if we are going to map it, we will see that all of these can be, we can map it one-to-one with our leadership capability framework na being used internationally. So, yun po, iba lang ho ang pangalan, ibang package lang siya, but this is already, the leadership capability framework is already being used in our country. Di ba? Tipo ba? Ayan. So, yun nga lang po, iba yung pangalan niya. So, para ma-dispel ang ating confusion, ano bang pagkakaiba ng competency at capability? Kasi nga, in our country, we always speak of competency, di ba? However, internationally, ito nga po, yung we make use of capability. Ano ang pagkakaiba nitong dalawa? Yan. So this is the difference. These are the differences, okay, of competency and capability. When we say competency, it is the possession of skills, knowledge, and capacity to fulfill current needs. Pag capability naman po, it focuses on the ability to develop and flex to meet future needs. So competency po para sa current na requirements or current needs. Capability would be for future needs. Ngayon, up to the future. Pag competency, it will only describe an individual. These are for individuals only. So competent teachers, competent students, mga ganun po. But capability will describe an individual, an organization, or an organizational unit. So we can say a capable teacher, but we can also say capable school. No? So yun po, ang coverage ng competency, usually individuals lang. Pero ang capability, it would be an organization, an individual, or an organizational unit. And then, competency application is limited to a defined set of circumstances. So meron tayong dinidefine na circumstance and it is limited to that, yung application ng competency. While for capability, it is applied in complex and changing circumstances. Po, no? Para po sa complex and changing circumstances. Kaya nga po, this pandemic, tsaka yung post-pandemic, it's a changing circumstance or changing event, changing situation. Then we want to develop, we want to improve our capabilities. Okay. Of course, we talk of competency. In fact, we interchange competency with capability. But formally, these are the differences between competency and capability. Ay, parang may naiwan ako. Okay, yung standard set. Okay, ang standard set pala of competency is by a regulatory process or workplace. While capability is set by a profession or external body. Gaya nga po ng yung leadership capability framework, iba-iba po yan. Merong leadership capability framework for business. Meron pong leadership capability framework for political sector. Meron din pong academic leadership capability framework. So yun po yung dinidiscuss natin ngayon, the academic leadership capability framework, which is a standard set by the educational sector. Yan po. Ayan. So yun po ang difference. So we now go to managing people. So as you can see, in our capability framework, marami po dyan. Okay, balik po tayo. Ayan. So inspiring and influencing, this is on managing and leading people. Building talent also is on managing people. Setting directions, mga ganun, yun po, that is under our managing people. Yan. Balik ko tayo. Yan. So, what are the priority workplace issues with regards to managing people? Ito po, meron tayong tatlo. Number one, managing productivity. Paano po ba natin i-manage yung productivity? Well, this is output based, no? Yung output of our subordinates. Hello? Am I coming in okay?
Yes po,
Ma'am,
Doc Mia. Clear
okay
naman
lang
po.
po.
Yes po.
Okay. So ito po yung sa managing productivity. So this would involve these things. No? Number one po, yung team engagement. How do we make our teachers engage with us? No? Regular check-ins. Yan po, no? Kasi minsan dahil let's say our school is too big, minsan we are not able to check on the laboratory teachers, no? Hindi na natin chine-check, oh, kumusta na kayo dyan, di ba? So it is important that we check in with our teachers, with our subordinates regularly. Then we also have our performance reporting. Ito po, very important because we need to know kung paano ba nagpa-perform ang ating mga subordinates, ang ating mga teachers. And then we have training and development. Ngayon po, because of the pandemic, yun pong modality natin noon na hindi na talaga tayo nagkikita-kita, no? Dahil remote yung ating classes, sometimes it's very difficult to check in with our teachers. Well, ngayon naman po, we already, I think most of us are face-to-face na. And some schools are blended pa rin, pero most of us are already operating face-to-face, hindi ba? So, ito yung mga challenges natin. Ito yung mga issues, no? Issues na kailangan nating pagtuunan ng pansin. Then we have what we call the blended, hybrid, or remote working. Ayan po. Previously, we were debating on what's the meaning of blended, what's the difference between hybrid and blended, what is remote working, ano po. Well, minsan nagagamit po natin ito, ginagamit na po natin ito interchangeably. However, when we say blended po, well, I think the definition depends on who are using it, no? Anyway, because of the blended, hybrid, and remote working environment that we have, these are the things that we consider. Yung communication, ayan po, no? How do we communicate? How do we communicate? So we need to improve on our communication systems. In fact, now it's easier to communicate with our subordinates kasi nga meron na ho tayong iba't ibang platform. In fact, we are using the social media platforms na rin so that we can communicate effectively. Then, the second one here is connect emotionally. Ayan po, no? Ano ho ba yung connecting emotionally? Minsan masyado na po tayong mechanical mechanical that, well, we need to siguro interact with our subordinates emotionally para alam natin how they're feeling, how we are feeling also. Ganun po, no? And then, the third one is managing flexibility. Yan. Ngayon po, because of this blended, hybrid, remote working, yung working flexibility, being flexible in the workplace is sabihin na natin, uso na yan. Uso na po. So how do we manage this? How are we going to consider, no? People who would want to be flexible in well, sa work, no po? And then the third one is bolster technology. Fourth one, sorry, bolster technology enablement. Paano po ba natin gagamitin ng technology? Ngayon po, there's a lot of applications na coming out that would help us work better. That would make our work easier. And then the third issue, no, workplace issue, we have upskilling for the digital world. Let's face it po, we are already in the digital world. We have to use technology. Okay? Number one po dyan na consideration natin, yung pag-maintain at pag-manage natin of relevant workforce. Yan. Ano po ba yung relevant workforce? People who are able to do work effectively with the resources that we have in our institution. It will start from the hiring up to maintaining our workforce. Then, number 2 is investing on initiatives. Ano po ba ito? There are innovations po coming from us, from our subordinates. O pwede ho natin yung mga magagandang ideas ho nila that would make our system better, no? Yung mga ideas, yung mga inventions, yung mga innovations na binibigay nila sa atin, we can invest on that. No? And then, application to all levels. Ngayon po, di ba, nagmi-mix na ang ating workplace. Meron tayong mga millennials, meron tayong Gen Z, pero meron pa rin tayong mga Gen X, ganyan. Meron pa rin tayong mga, ano bang tawag ng mga bata sa atin? Ano ho bang tawag nila sa mga older generation na? Baby boomers, yan, mga boomer. No? So, nagmi-mix na ho yan. Pero, yung upskilling ho natin, dapat, it would apply to all levels. Boomer ka man, kailangan mo na rin, improve yourself. Yan, yun po, no? You should be upskilling ourselves for the digital world. Para saan po ba yung learning continuously na yan, na capability natin? Kung hindi tayo mag-upskill for the digital world. And then, nurturing a culture of adaptability and flexibility. So, hindi na ho bago kasi ngayon yung adapting at saka being flexible, no? Because of the different modalities that we have been using, it has yun po, na-force tayo. We were forced to be flexible and to adapt para makasurvive tayo. Hindi ho ba? Yan po. Huh? So, moving on, we have here strategies in managing teachers. Number 1, we have to establish clear goals and expectations. Ano ho ba ang goals na kailangan nating i-achieve? Ano ho ba yung expectations sa atin? So, this is setting a culture of integrity and trust. We have to set, we have to create a culture of integrity and trust. Yun po yung when we create a team, hindi ho ba? When we create a team, we make sure that we build on and develop integrity and trust among the members. So ganun din po. So we just look at it as developing a bigger team. Ganun po, no? So we should maintain straightforward communication on essential information. Ito ho yung problema, no? In a lot of organizations. Wala hong communication. Yung pong isang grupo, gumagawa na sila ng sarili nilang policies, hindi naman sinabi doon sa kabila. Tapos, yun, nagkakaroon ng misunderstanding, yun po, no? So, it's important to have a straightforward communication on information that has to be received by everyone. And then ito, no, motivating and leading by example. Yan. Palagi pong ano ito, palagi po siyang issue, no? Issue yung leading by example. Okay, so being leaders, we should be able to model traits that you as leaders would want to see your teachers will have, no? So you should be the walking example, the walking model of what you want to see your teachers will display. Ganun po, no? So kung ayaw mong gumagamit ng denims yung mga faculty members, di wag kang mag-denim, di ba? Kung ayaw mong nagmi-miniskirt yung inyong mga teachers, wag kang mag-miniskirt. Yung nga, ganun po. Ha? Hindi lang syempre sa physical, it should also be pati rin po sa sa behavior, pati rin po sa yung actions natin. Okay. We should number 3, isang strategy po is to listen and involve your teachers. You should listen and involve your teachers. So involving the team in your decision making and listening to their sentiments, input, and feedback ay isang importanteng strategy po in managing our teachers. Another one is advocating teacher well-being and development. So we should take care of our teachers, no? We take care of our teachers, and while taking care of our teachers, we are also taking care of our students. Ganun po. Sino ho ba nagsabi noon na we should take care of our, I think it's the CEO of Virgin Airlines sa US po. Sabi niya, we should take care of our workers, or we should take care of our employees so that our employees will be taking care of our customers. Parang ganun po. So the same way, no, we take care of our teachers so that our students will be well taken care of also. So the well-being of our teachers would include yung personal well-being. For example, yun pong may sakit. Okay, may sakit yung teacher natin, di ba? Ano ba ang pwede nating maitulong? Yung ating teacher medyo meron siyang anxiety disorder, ano ba pwede nating maitulong? Yan. Aside from personal well-being, of course, yung professional development din ng ating mga teachers. So, yun po yung sa building talent, di ba? So, we should be able to encourage our faculty members, our teachers to develop themselves professionally. Encourage them to take up master's degree, encourage them to take up certifications na kakailanganin nila. Yan po, no? Then, promoting time management and productivity. Yan. So, we can develop programs that would promote time management and productivity of our teachers. So, this would avoid a feeling of being overworked and undervalued. So, wag ho nating pabayaan na feeling nila, naku, ang dami-dami kong ginagawa, dami-dami kong, I'm so busy, I have a lot of things to do, no? And because of that, they're undervalued. So, what we need to do is to promote, no? I-promote natin ang time management para maging productive sila and they will not feel overworked. So let us also ensure that distractions are minimized. Ano ba yung mga distractions natin ngayon? Netflix. Ano pa ba? Ano pa ba? Ano pa ho ang distractions sa mga teachers natin? Love life? Love life ho ba? Eh, Sino po ang pwedeng magsabi kung ano ang mga identified distractions para sa ating mga teachers? Ano ho ba? Meetings and seminars? Distraction ho ba yan? Ano pa po? Yung mga, ano po, yung mga late night na, yung mga millennials natin ngayon, di ba? Yun po, bulk of paperworks. Actually, we can promote nga yung time management, mga ganun po. Sabi ni Ma'am Daisy Burgos, bulk of paperworks daw ang distraction. Yan. Yes, well, siguro kung mami-minimize natin yung paperwork, then it would help our teachers feel na hindi sila overworked. Di po ba? So yun, to boost concentration on productivity. Ano ho ba ang priority? Ano ho ba ang main sabihin na natin, operation ng ating mga teacher? Ano ba dapat saan ba sila dapat nagko-concentrate? Yan. Ano po? So there, we have to remove. Okay, we have to remove distractions. We have to minimize distractions para makapag-concentrate ang ating mga teachers dun sa dapat nilang priority na gagawin. Sorry. And here we have focus on student-centered goals. Yan. Ito po yung lagi naming hina-highlight sa aming mga teachers, yung student-centered goals. Ano ho ba ito? Hindi na ho, we don't center our education on what we want, no? We focus on the needs of our students. Yun po. So difficult decisions will be easily acceptable when they are centered on student welfare. So yung pag nagdi-decision tayo, we always put student welfare as our number one goal. Yun po, no? Next, yan. Ito po, no, this is something that we are faced with as managers, as leaders. Meron po tayong mga subordinates who are labeled as difficult. Sino ho ba yung mga difficult people? Ay, nako, alam nyo na po yun, di ba? Can you describe to me po sa chat, sino ho ba ang difficult sa inyo? Difficult teacher. Yan. Sino ho ba ang difficult teacher? Yun ho bang hindi nagsasubmit ng requirements on time? Yung bang matigas ang ulo, hindi nakikinig, yung mga ganun po. Yun po ang sabi po ni Ma'am Garalda, yun pong nauuna ang reklamo. Totoo yun. Reklamo ng reklamo, wala naman siyang ibibigay na solusyon, di ba? Ganun po. Sino pa po? Yung pasaway, sabi ni Sir San Mateo. Yes, yung mga pasaway po. Yung lagi mong sasawayin, lagi mong sinasabihan, mag-submit ka na ng grade mo, di ba? Ganun po. Sino pa po? Mag-submit ka na ng report mo, yung mga ganyan. Sino pa po? Huwag kang gumamit ng mini skirt. isa po yun. Sino pa po? Yung may kakaibang way of thinking. Totoo po yun, yung medyo diverted yung kanyang pag-iisip, no? Yes. So, yung isa po, ito po, kay, yung sinabi po ni Ma'am Burgos, ayaw umalis sa comfort zone. According to Sir Louis, those who are creating negative impressions about school programs. Yes po. In a workplace, meron pong minsan, no? Minsan meron po talaga tayong difficult people. Minsan po tayo yun. Hindi ba? Tayo yung yung leader ang difficult. Anyway, so how do we manage difficult people? Yan. Una po, palagay dyan, be empathetic. Let us understand the situation of the teacher. Why is the teacher being difficult? Let's find out what they are going through. Are they going through something? May pinagdadaanan ba? Yan. So pag nalaman ho natin, naintindihan natin, then we are able to find ways to help the teacher. Pangalawa, let's find the common ground. Meron din, there will be, meron at merong shared interest, no? Meron kayong connection, no? Meron kayong connection, meron kayong common sa isa't isa. Siguro pareho kayong you came from the same province, ganyan, you speak the same language, or maybe you came from the same school, you graduated from the same school, meron kayong shared interest, and maybe from there, no, you are able to understand each other. Pangatlo, as teachers, no, let us stay calm and professional. Minsan napakahirap po nito, no, pagka galit na inis ka na, it's so difficult to stay calm, no? Pero ito po ang kailangan nating gawin. We have to stay calm and professional. We should not react negatively. We should not react negatively kaagad. Hindi ko naman sinasabing hanggang. Minsan talagang gigil na gigil ka na, no? Talagang kailangan mo ng magalit din, no? Pero it should not be, sure, you can get angry. I'm sure you agree with me with that, no? Na sure, you can get angry, but still maintaining still you are professional. You're still civil. No po. So we still maintain good working relationships. We stay civil, we stay professional, and we should concentrate on doing the job. Yung trabaho lang talaga. Trabaho lang. And then naulit po pala yun, no? So yung being empathetic, we avoid miscommunication and false assumptions. So wag ho tayong makinig sa sarili nating haka-haka o yung haka-haka rin ng iba, ganon. So let's avoid miscommunication. Then we must do conflict management. So we must deal with conflicts calmly and analytically. Yeah, sabi ko nga ho kanina, paano pag tayo yung difficult, di ba? Ayan. Self-assessment po ulit tayo. Ito na po. Let's rate ourselves. 1, never. 10, always. Yan po. So, ang perfect score natin is 80. Yan. Perfect score natin is 80. So, i-rate natin yung sarili natin. Kaya, labas ho ulit natin yung papel, paper and pencil natin, tapos i-rate natin ang ating sarili. On building talent. How how do we attract and develop talent? How do we sustain collective leadership and the profession? Number 1. Ito po, no? Number 1. Sige na po, ready na? Ready na po ba yung pencil and paper ninyo? Number 1. I provide intellectual stimulation to my faculty and staff. Nakakapag-provide ka po ba ng intellectual stimulation sa iyong mga faculty members at saka staff? So ano ho ba yung mga intellectual stimulation? So pwedeng discourse, you have discourse on their specialty topic, yung mga ganun po, no? Yung social status, social, yung current social status, ganun po, no? Number 2, social situation, current social situation. Yan. So it's intellectual stimulation. Pangalawa, I constantly share my knowledge with everyone. Yung hindi ka hindi ka madamot sa knowledge. Hindi ka madamot sa knowledge. Kung ikaw kunwari nakapag-publish ka na ng mga research mo, ganyan, yung mga faculty members mo ni isa wala pang nakakapag-publish, ay tulungan mo sila, di ba? Share yung knowledge. Paano ka ba nakapag-publish? Saan ka ba nag-publish? Baka pwede kang maging supervisor nila sa kanilang research. Ganun ba? Ginagawa mo ba yon? Number 3, I foster knowledge sharing among members of the team. So do you ask someone who knows about one topic to share his or her knowledge to the body? Yan, no? Pag nagmi-meeting ho ba kayo, merong sharing? Yan, knowledge sharing. Yung kapag ang isa nakapag-attend siya ng seminar, sinishare niyo ba? Ina-echo ba niyo yun sa mga members ng team mo? Do you encourage that? Number 4, I promote involvement of faculty and staff in decision making. Pag nagde-decide ka po ba, kasama po ba yung mga teachers mo? Number 5, I empower faculty and staff in information and idea processing. Yun po, no? Yung pagka gumagawa ng lesson plan, ganyan, nag-create ng ideas, nag-share ng ideas, kasama ho ba? Ina-empower mo ba ang mga faculty mo? Number 6, I uphold collegial practices that build capability in others. Yun po bang, yun, meron ka bang mga teacher na po pwede namang maging speaker? Ina-encourage mo ba? Ina-assign mo ba sila na mag-speak in front of people? Mga ganun po. Number 7, I understand that reciprocal learning leads to effective productivity. So, do you encourage reciprocal learning? Yung pag-share, no? Yung matututo rin yung teacher mo, hindi lang yung estudyante. No? Natututo rin yung teacher mo sa estudyante. Reciprocal learning. Number 8, I understand that innovations result in development and delivery of high-quality learning and teaching practices. So do you encourage innovation and initiatives from your teachers? Ayan. So 8 ang perfect score is 80. So if your score is from 70 ba to? 70 to 80, you are highly capable of building talent. Yan po. So sino ho sa kanila? Yan. Sino sa kanila ang naka 80 or 75? 75 and above. Or 70 and above. May share. Oh, yan po, no? 77. 77. Sir Mateo, 8.5. Yan, si Sir Guy Panganiban, 74. Yan, capable po sina Sir Guy, Ma'am Nancy, Ma'am Eloisa, Sir Reynaldo. Thank you very much po. Yes, so these are the activities that would render you as capable leader in building talent. Thank you po. Thank you po. Meron ho ba kayong comment dito sa ating self-assessment? Any comments po? Any comments? Wala akong comment. Siguro sa end na lang. Ayan. So, we go to our next topic, yung managing data. Ayan. So, paano naman po tayo mag-manage ng data? Okay, we have challenges to data use. Yung available data. Yan. So data availability. Some data may not be immediately available or there would be delays in the release of data. Yan. And isang challenge pa po is accessing data, no? Or how the problems in accessing data. Some problems would be, number 1, failure in communication. Number 2, restriction in the use of data. And number 3, content and format are incompatible. Another one is quality issues. Yung data na meron ka is not of good quality. So the design, the relevance, and then credibility of data may result to being withheld or ignored. Baka naman fake news yan. Ganun, no? So, yung quality of the data. Another challenge is the limited capacity and skills to assess and use the data. Yung bang hindi ka marunong mag-download from the cloud, so you're not able to access it. Yan. You have lack of experience, there is poorly established decision-making procedures, and there is low technical capacity, there's lack of expertise that would affect access to the data. Pangatlo, political climate, politics, no? There could be conflict or political sensibilities that prevent data use. Ibig sabihin, someone who is holding the data may not want to release it to you because the person does not like you, yan, no? Or because of power, those things. So political climate, political sensibilities, this can prevent access to data. Ano ba ang benefits? What are the benefits of data management in education? Number 1, it ensures data security. Pag minamanage natin ang data, it will ensure data security. Balik. Pangalawa, data management systems only give access to authorized network users. Ibig sabihin, only those who are authorized are able to access the data. Number 3, efficient generation of calendar and events. Ibig sabihin, you will be able to develop or create schedules easily. Next, automation of timetable generation. So to generate timetable, it's important that there is management of data. Allows efficient management of assignments. It will keep track of resources. It would prevent data loss through backups and storage, and it will prevent data redundancy. Kasi ano ho bang data ang importante sa education? Yung mga information ng mga estudyante natin, yung mga grades, yung mga information also of our teachers, at saka yung mga contents of our subjects, yung exams, yung mga ganyan, yung scores. Those are data that we need to protect. What are the requirements of managing data in schools? Ano ba ang kailangan natin, no? Para so that we need to manage data. Number one, we need to we require ease of use, yung tinatawag nating user friendliness of the data. So kailangan user friendly siya. Yan. So there's no need for training, strict supervision when using systems. There should be strong security. Yan, para ma-secure mga data natin, para hindi yung data loss, so that we would avoid data loss and there would be lesser efforts in managing them. Tapos, future-proof capacity. Anong ibig sabihin nito? We must demand for data storage kasi it increases over time, no? Yung scalable dapat yung storage natin. There should be room for upgrade and expansion in the future. Kasi nga naman, if you look at the history, noon nga ang ginagamit nating data storage is diskette lang, di ba? Para sa mga nakaabot pa ng diskette. Yung mga bata-bata na teachers natin ngayon, diskette. Tatanungin na tayo, diskette. Ngayon, hindi na, may cloud na tayo, di ba? Because our demand for storage has increased and scalable siya. Lalaki pa at lalaki yan. No? So, yun ang requirements natin. Aba, ito naman, setting directions. Setting directions. Okay, let's rate again ourselves. Sige nga po. Yan. Let's set goals that the organization should meet. Number 1, I know the university or college vision, mission, and goals by heart. Ay, sorry. Iisa lang naman yata. Lahat-lahat yata ng schools, pare-pareho ang vision, mission. Yung sa DepEd, no? Tama ho ba ako? DepEd, mission, vision, and goal. Iisa na yan, di ho ba? Pero alam niyo ho ba yun? Memorize niyo ho ba? Memorize niyo ho ba ang DepEd? Ayan, tama. Memorize niyo ho ba ang DepEd vision, mission, and goals? Okay. So aside from that, number 2, I constantly remind the team about the vision, mission, and goals. Pinapamemorize mo ba sa kanila? Sinasabi mo ba sa mga teachers mo, ay, Madam, Sir, alam mo ba ang vision and mission ng DepEd by heart? Yan. Number 3, I push for practices that pursue the goals of the university or college or of your school. Yan. Ano ba ang goals ng school? Do you promote or do you develop programs that would achieve the goals of DepEd? Yan. Next, I have mastered outcome-based practices or actually it's the MELC, di ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Okay, this is 90 over 90. Have you mastered MELC? Yan. Pang-5, I am skilled in evaluating the university college. Okay, yung school, collective and individual staff practices in relation to learning outcomes and well-being. Next, I am skilled in high levels of quantitative and qualitative data literacy. Alam niyo ba ang difference ng quantitative at qualitative? Yan. I'm curious about patterns and practices. I'm skilled in identifying problems or challenges in ways that open discussion. Na pagdidiskussan nyo ba among your team yung problems and challenges ng school? And I am skilled in identifying needs and solutions. So, na-identify mo ba ano ba ang kailangan ng school natin? Ano ba ang requirements ng school natin? Kulang tayo ng ganito. Ano ba ang solution? Yan. Ganun po, no? Ayan. So, yan po yung setting directions. Setting directions. Okay. I think this is 90. So, I think 85 and above. 85 and above would be highly capable. Sorry. 85 and above. Ay, hindi. 70. No. I think it's 75 and above. 75 and above. Highly capable. Okay, sino po? Do we have highly capable goal setters here? Yan, patingin nga po. Ayun, si Ma'am Irene, si Sir Roda. Sino pa po? Si Ma'am Flores. Oh, ang taas nung kay Ma'am Flores, 84. Yan, si Sir Guy, si Ma'am Daisy, Sir San Mateo. So matataas po. They are highly capable in setting directions. They are goal setters for the school. Any questions po? Are there any questions? Are there any comments or sharing? Do you want to share anything po on setting directions? Yan, mamaya na lang siguro. Medyo nahiya pa po si na Ma'am and Sir. Okay, we go to the next process, managing processes. Ito naman, yung sa operations natin. How do we manage processes? Okay, so we have the essential competency checks of the leader to improve processes. Number 1, ito yung mga questions na tinatanong natin yung mga sarili natin. If we need to improve the processes, our processes. Number 1, are the practices, processes, and procedures I have set in motion running as smoothly as I expected? Yung expectation mo ba in the implementation of the processes and procedures, smooth running ba siya? Yan. Number 2, what measures are in place to evaluate current processes? How do you evaluate current processes? What are your measures? Huh? Third, what processes and systems need to be adjusted? Kailangan ba silang i-tweak? Do you need to augment them? Magdadagdag ka ba? Or are you going to eliminate anything? Or eliminate the process as a whole, no? So that the operation of the organization will run smoothly. So, meron pa. Next, what are the constraints or factors that they may face? And what safeguards can I put in place now to compensate? Ito yung risk management. Ano ba yung mga risk na pwedeng lumabas? At how do you mitigate it? Ano yung safeguards that you can put so that you can compensate or mitigate? Then next, have I matched tasks correctly with available talent or are adjustments needed? So tama ba yung binigay mong task doon sa teacher mo? Tama ba yung inassign mo na subject na ituturo niya? capable ba siya? Specialty niya ba yan? Qualified ba siya? Certified ba siya? Or kailangan mong mag-adjust? Meron bang adjustment na pwedeng gawin? Ano yung mga adjustment na to? Pwedeng training, pwedeng assigned to another, pwedeng faculty development, or other tweaks that you can do. Then, next is, who do I need to involve in getting input and feedback for the processes and systems currently underway? Sino ba ang expert dito? Sino ba ang pwede kong kausapin para maayos, para mas mapaganda yung process na to? Yan. So these are the questions that you ask yourselves as leaders in improving processes in your schools. So process management in education. It is a branch of process management focused on the administration of teaching processes in the public, private, and government institutions. So process management also brings together activities, a collection of activities and initiatives that constitute the bulk of educational actions and serve as pillars of institutions. Ano yun? We have three, no? We have the pedagogical management, administrative management, and human talent management. These are the three pillars of institutions. So siya, no? We have the pedagogical management. What are these? What are the tasks? Number one, it promotes all planning and teaching initiatives. Dito na natin ina-assign yung pagplano ng ituturo, sino ang magtuturo, ano yung ituturo niya, ano ba dapat ang kailangan niyang i-develop para maituro niya ito, yung mga gano'n, no? So teaching initiatives, ano ba yung mga contents according to the learning outcomes. And next, management of teachers and professors, teaching methodologies, student interactions, assignments, etc. So this is under pedagogical management. Cover pa rin nyo ito. No? Then next, we have administrative management. Ano naman to? This focuses on caring for organization resources. Ano yung involved dyan? We have to manage the physical, human, and financial resources. Then we have the third one, human resources management. So this is the management of all the workforces, all employees, all the staff, teaching or non-teaching within the school. Yan. What are examples of processes in education? Number one, registration, yung enrollment, ganyan, no? Student records, yung keeping of records sa registrars, ganyan. Yung database ng kanilang OTR, recruitment of teachers, yan, finding talents, assigning the qualifications to what is needed by the school, then tuition or monthly fee. Ba? Strategic thinking and planning naman. Ito po, no? So, in strategic thinking and planning, having a global mindset articulates purpose and decision-making skills. 5 lang po ito. Yan. So, let us assess ourselves again. Number one, are you experienced in planning to efficiently target needs and requirements? Nagpaplano ho ba kayo? Do you create your plans? Meron ho ba kayong budget planning, classroom planning, ano yung tawag doon? Structural ba? Yung development planning, yung mga ganun, no? So, do you do planning to target needs and requirements of your school? Pangalawa, are you skilled in implementing and monitoring and of course, evaluating the plans that you have created? So kung gumagawa ka ng plano mo, ini-implement mo ba to? Skilled ka ba sa implementation, monitoring, and evaluation of the plans? So pag in-implement mo ba siya, minomonitor mo ba? Pag minomonitor mo, in-evaluate mo ba siya? Pangatlo, I seek the advice of specialists to assist in my decision making when needed. So you have to do you involve or do you look for specialists that would help you in your decision making? Next, I'm adept at utilizing information that support my decision making. Ayan, kapag nagde-decide ka ba, gumagawa ka ba ng, okay, these are the pros and these are the cons, ganyan, no? So gumagamit ka ba ng information that will support your decision making? Kasi po ngayon, meron na tayong mga applications that would help you in your decision making. Magde-decide ka, bago ako mag-decide, tanong ko muna dun sa decision-making application. Diba? So, meron ho tayo nun, no? So, ginagamit mo po ba yon? Or are you good in using information to support your decision-making? Or magde-decide ka lang, ano kayang ginawa? Ano kayang gagawin ko? Sino kaya ang pipiliin ko? Ganun. Or tingin na lang sa langit? Ganun ho ba yon? Ayan. So, number 5 is I use reciprocal learning and modeling of innovation for effective creation of learning and teaching processes. Do you use reciprocal learning? Do you use innovations for the implementation of learning and teaching practices? Yeah. So that's strategic thinking and planning. Ayan, balik ko tayo. Ano sa tingin niyo po? What is our rating? 45 to 50 is highly capable. What is our score? Ano ang score natin? Strategic thinking and planning. Share naman po. Sinong mag-share? Ay, mukhang nahirapan ho tayo sa strategic thinking and planning. Wala na po? Okay. Okay, so, ayan, si ma'am, wait, hindi ko makita. Sandali lang po. Okay, Ma'am Roda, Ma'am Abelia, ayan, Ma'am Flores. Okay, Ma'am Irene. Ayan, si Sir, si Ma'am Moniz, no? 44, very high. Thank you po for your sharing. All right, so our last section, ito po, no? Last section natin, managing networks, resources, and complementarities. So, paano ba ito? Okay. Ano ba ang leadership networking? Yan. Pag-usapan ho natin yung leadership networking. This is developing and using networks that build relationships and strengthen alliances in the service of the organization's goals. So, how do we How do we link outside of our organization? How do we build relationships with other organizations so that we are able to achieve our own goals? Second, it is about building relationships and making alliances in service of others like our students, our parents, constituents, peers, educators, and staff. So it says here that a robust leadership network will help provide access to people, other people outside the organization, information, no, that we might need na hindi natin mahanap within our organization, and resources that we need and are not available in our organization. Okay, we have resource management. Ito po, challenge sa ating mga teachers ito, hindi ho ba? Kasi minsan, we do not have the resources. Gusto kong pagandahin yung classroom ko, kaya lang wala namang binibigay ang division or ang district na papel, ganyan. Wala naman ako colored paper, wala akong pintura, anong gagawin ko? So, we make use of whatever is available, hindi ho ba? So, isang challenge sa ating teachers yon, di ba? So the allocation of resources that your school has, well, actually yung management of resources, hindi yung pag-acquire mo ng resources. It is how you are going to manage whatever is available at that present, at that current time and situation that would help achieve the vision and mission of the school. Sorry. Sorry. Resource management is also the ability, ito nga, no? Ability to make the most out of potentially scarce resources by using strategies in resource management. Yan, kung wala tayong magamit na wala tayong magamit na chalk, anong pwede natin gamitin? Ganun, no? So, this could be potentially scarce resources, pero we are able to make do, no? Find initiatives so that pwedeng maghanap tayo ng alternative, no? Yung mga strategies na ganon, so that we are able to go on with the operations of the school. So, ano naman po ang complementarity? This is when two entities partner together to create a more valuable output than the value of individual entities. So, these are things that complement each other. When two separate units possess characteristics that when combined make them better when they are on their own. Can you give me, ayan po, can you give me a complementarity? Sino po ang magbibigay ng complementarity? Mauna po ako, kape at pandesal. Ayan, complementarity po yun. Ano pa po? Can you give me one? Husband and wife. Ayan po, no? Ano pa po? Champorado at bilis po. Yan. Paper and pencil. That's correct. Ano pa po? Ang complementarity. Mangga at bagoong. Ako, parang naglaway ako dun. Ma'am, Cipriano. Puto at dinuguan. Yan. Puto at dinuguan. Car and gasoline. That's correct. Huh? Ayan po. Bread and butter. Yes. Ano pa po? Kutsara at tinidor. Yes po. Sabi ni Sir Mateo, San Mateo, kutsara at tinidor. Ball and ring naman kay Ma'am Bernadette. Coffee and cream, yan. Bahay at lupa. Yes, correct. Ayan. So yun po. Thank you very much po for sharing. Yes. So we go on. Ito, di ba? So kape at pandesal, left and right shoes. Ito. Peanut butter, jelly and bread. Blackboard and chalk. Bakit nga ba walang nagsabi ng blackboard and chalk? Ayan po. So, yes, these are examples of complementarities. So, what is complementarity in educational leadership? So, working in harmonious necessity with stakeholders and network linkages. So, kung mag-isa ka lang, okay lang. Pero kung may kapartner ka, much, much better. Yun ang ibig sabihin. So, kaya nga, sometimes our schools are linked with other entities. For example, with DTI, or they link with the OT, ganyan. And when they work together, both agencies will have a better operation, no? Mas maganda yung kalalabasan na outcome. Managing resources naman po tayo. Yan. So managing resources as a capability is the adept management of resources to achieve vision and goals of the organization. So number one, I am equipped with information in making decisions on how best to use resources of the organization or school. Pangalawa, I am skilled in making decisions to gain support of learners and staff about the resources of the organization. Pangatlo, I ensure that I have the right information sorry pa, in making financial, human resource, and property decisions. I seek the advice of specialists ulit to assist in my decision making in managing resources, no, when needed. Next, I prioritize seeking and allocating resources that would match the school's strategic plan. And then last, I am skilled in managing people, environments, and education that transform teaching and learning communities. So meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 50 and above would be highly capable. Yan po. So ano sa tingin niyo po? What do you think? How were you able to assess yourself? Yan. Ay, hindi ko tinanong. Sino po ang 50 and above? 50 and above po. Ayan, si Ma'am Panganiban, Ma'am Emily, Sir Reynaldo, si Ma'am Canon. Yes, very good. So, yes, si Ma'am Flores din, Ma'am Rabanal. Yan. Thank you po for sharing. Yan. Pati si Ma'am Malonzo, Ma'am Gina. Yan. Thank you so much po for sharing. So that is managing resources. Now we go to the 6 key steps for effective academic management. Ito po yung anim na steps para maging effective academic managers tayo. Sabi nga ni Dr. Corpus, kailangan more than effective, di ba? So ito, kailangan mag-isip tayo ng number 7. Kasi 6 lang to. Yan, no? So number 1, planning. Okay, planning. Number 1, we should map out rigorous targets for improvements in teaching and learning. Second is implementing. So we get our faculty on board to do what's necessary to meet the targets. Number 3, supporting. Yan. Kailangan we have to encourage our students and teachers in meeting the goals that we have set. Number 4, advocate. I-advocate natin. No? So, challenge low expectations and funding for students with special needs. Dagdagan ho natin kasi ngayon po, actually, nag-expand yung tinatawag nating special needs. Then next, communicating. So let's make sure that families are aware also of the learning goals of their children. Then monitoring, we keep on top of the test results. Yan. So yun yung 6. As academic leaders, we should have what we call principled decision making. Ano po ito? So we should be rapidly establishing and broadcasting the principles that should guide decision making in the face of rapid operations tempo is a best practice. Parang gulo yata nun. Okay, so anyway, you must establish and broadcast the principles that would guide our decision making. Kasi nga in this time, no, in this very, we can say it's a time that we really are tested, di ba? It's a challenging time for all of us. So we must be able to establish and broadcast the principles that will guide us in our decision making. Second, we should gather ongoing feedback on those decisions from stakeholders impacted and engaging them in decision making. Basta kailangan lang nating involve, no? We involve and we engage our stakeholders in decision making as much as possible. And so, oops, eto. Last na ho ba yan? Last na ho yata ito. Okay. So ito po, no? Contributing to the development and well-being of education beyond their own organization. So ibig sabihin, nakikilig ba tayo? Engage ba tayo? Nakiki-network ba tayo beyond our own organization? Number 1, sige po, rate yourselves 1 to 10. Are you experienced in making improvements to local and national professional networks? Ano ho bang i-contribute nyo? Yan, no? Para ma-improve yung local and professional networks sa ating educational system. What did we? Are you able to contribute? 1 to 10. I am knowledgeable in exploring opportunities to work with other educational organizations. Do you? I mean, do you work with other educational organizations? Do you link with them? Are there opportunities? Do you explore? Are you knowledgeable in this exploration? Yan po. I am skilled in working with local communities and government agencies. Are you skilled in working with them? Do you work with the local communities and government agencies? Meron ho ba tayong immersions? Meron ho ba tayong, anong tawag doon? Aside from immersion, we have the community service. Do we do community service? Ganon po, no? Do you and your team do community service? Then next, number 1, 2, 3, 4 ba yan? I am experienced in developing educational provisions and policies, not just for your organization, but also outside of your organization. I am skilled in identifying problems or challenges in ways that open discussion among internal and external stakeholders. Do you do that? Or are you skilled in identifying problems for you and your environment? Ayan po, 5. Again, what is our score? Reiterate ko lang po, no? This is the lowest, this is the weakest capability of teachers that have been surveyed in 2020 for Regions 1 and Regions 8. Ito yung pinakamababa. Pinaka-weak, kumbaga. Okay? So ito po. Nakita nyo na ho ba? Did you assess yourselves? Okay. In assessing yourselves, you are able to find you're able to see where you need to improve. Okay. Kunwari, medyo mababa ako sa mababa ako sa resource management. Kailangan kong mag-improve doon. Yan. So check out the specific item. Ito dapat kailangan kong kunwari, no? You are weak in contributing to the development, etc., etc. So for example, wala akong experience in making improvements to local and national professional networks. So I need to network more. I need to get more experience on this, no? Yung educational professional networking. Or example, kulang yata ako sa skills in working with local communities. Pwede kasing masyado kang busy doon sa internal at hindi ka na nakakapag-immerse doon sa environment, doon sa community. So pwedeng, kailangan ko pala nun, no? You need that so that you can improve yourself, you can share your experiences to your subordinates. Yan. Then we have what we call connected leadership team. Ano to? Says here, never is it more important for a leadership team to communicate effectively and efficiently than in a crisis. So situational awareness of other members of the team, their roles and the events unfolding in their mission areas can be of critical importance. So yun ang ibig sabihin ng connected leadership team. Yung kapag nasa crisis ka na, kailangan mo ng communication. Kailangan mong maging aware kung anong sitwasyon na ng ibang members of your team, ano yung mga roles nila, kasi pwedeng maging critical yon sa survival ng organization. Yan. According to 14, no? In the great scheme of things, schools may be relatively small organizations, but their leadership challenges are far from small or simple. Tama naman po, di ba? Kahit para sa atin, napakaliit lang ng school natin, pero actually, yung leadership challenges ng malalaking organizations, kapareho din. Mas, kuminsan mas complex pa kesa sa mga large organizations. Sorry. So yun, these are my references. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doc Mia. Another engaging afternoon po, no? Open forum muna po tayo, Doc Mia. Baka po merong mga questions or clarifications from our teachers this afternoon. Meron po ba tayong gustong itanong or gustong i-share sa ating speakers and co-participants? You may use the raised hand icon po so that we can acknowledge you po and call on you.
Okay, yes po, ma'am. Saan ba tayo? How do I...
Meron po ba tayong tanong para kay Doc Mia? habang nag-iisip sila. Doc Mia, curious lang po ako. Kasi
Yes,
yung
ma'am.
session natin for this afternoon, more of introspection, parang if I'm the school head or the supervisor, parang it's a reflection of my strengths or reflection on and reflecting on my strengths and weaknesses. Doc Mia, para sa inyo, what is the most difficult resource or which resource is most challenging to manage?
Actually, ma'am, it's the human
Yeah,
resource.
I agree.
Managing people po. Kasi each of the individual that you are managing, meron silang sariling, unique personality. And this personality can conflict with other personalities around them. And sometimes it will surprise you rin. There are people who you think are not capable, pero sila pala yung makakatulong. Sila pala yung they're the ones who are there during a crisis, or they're the ones who have these very good ideas, mga ganun po. Tsaka yun po, people are they will surprise you. People will surprise you. Kaya that's one reason why it's difficult to manage people.
Totoo yan, Doc Mia. I agree na yun yung pinaka-challenging, and also I think it's also the most valuable resource that we have.
Correct.
Diba po? Lalo na sa isang school. So, talagang kailangan nating alagaan the people that we work with. Kaya sabi nga ni SDS kanina, we need to inspire them to greatness, hindi lang effectiveness.
Correct. Correct.
Meron pa po ba ang gustong magtanong before we end our first session? Isan po, wala naman. Kung wala pong tanong, Doc, may, very, very clear naman po kasi yung discussion natin this afternoon. Doc Mia, meron po ba kayong final words? And after that po, may we request you to stay a few minutes, mag-picture lang po ako sa gallery.
Yes po. Yes. Ano lang po, yung parang in the words of our young young generation, shout out po sa mga teachers dyan, lalo na yung mga leaders natin, our academic leaders, because despite all the problems, despite all the challenges of the educational sector, going strong pa rin po kayo. And you are able to survive, you are able to do more than what are expected of you. So, salute po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you po, Doc Mia. Talaga pong yun yung pinapasadahan natin kanina, yung mga resources na kailangan i-manage, yung mga tasks na kailangan nila gawin. Parang iniisip mo pa lang, parang kakabahan ka na talaga sa task. But the teacher administrators who are with us this afternoon have accepted that challenge and are really worthy of our respect and salute po talaga. Talagang nakakahanga po ang kanilang dedication sa trabaho. Dear teachers, school head supervisors, may I ask you to kindly turn on your cameras lang po, your videos po for a few minutes so that we can document po your participation this afternoon. Hindi po kasi tayo nakapicture kanina sa orientation. Ayan po. Share screen. Ayan po. Ayan. Pakiayos lang po yung ating mga cameras so para makapag-document po tayo this afternoon. Okay, papasadahan ko lang po yung gallery natin until ma-reach po natin yung end. So, smile lang po tayo kasi hindi po natin alam kung nasa ang gallery tayo. Okay. First gallery po. Ayan, nasa gallery 2 na po tayo. Smile lang po. Ayan. Next gallery po tayo. Next po. Next gallery po. Ayan, nag-end na po ng gallery. Thank you again, Doc Mia. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, thank you rin po. Honored to be with you all po sa mga teachers ng Quezon City. Okay, bye!
Thank you po. Bye, Doc Mia. Few announcements lang po para sa ating 3-day activity. Unang-una po yung that I announced during the orientation to download the assessment tool. It's the Word file po that has been uploaded on our FB group page. So nandun po yung download po natin using any device which has a Word program. Save lang po natin and sagutan po natin one by one yung ating assessment task. So since we are done with session 1, we can now answer assessment for session 1. And then po, of course, accomplishment of our attendance link that has been uploaded also on our FB group page. So attendance number 1. And also po, I'd like to announce that iLead is open to those who are interested to become members of our organization. There is a membership link uploaded on our FB group page, so you can browse that po. And if you're interested po, accomplish lang po natin yon. Ang deadline po natin is Sunday, 5 p.m. so that we can send you your certificate and ID of membership with the certificates from this program. So again po, tomorrow, full day po tayo. We start at 8. Meron po tayong 2 sessions in the morning. And of course, the workshop session po in the afternoon. So medyo mabigat po yung trabaho natin tomorrow. And i-recommend ko po na bukas po sana laptop po yung gamitin natin, wag po mga cellphone, especially for the workshop session in the afternoon. I will upload po yung presentation ni Doc Mia in our FB group page, but the video is already there po in the form of a YouTube link. Pictures po I will also upload on our FB group page. So yun lamang po yung mga announcements natin. Magandang hapon po. And I'll see you again tomorrow, dear teachers, for our sessions 2, 3, and 4. Good afternoon po, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon.